cat. And when I say cat, I mean like cool cat.
You know,
cat.
man, a cat brought him in, man.
A cat dragged in.
Hey, don't show me up with your voice.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, what am I doing? It's like when I see Michael Jordan going, want to play a little one-on-one? What am I doing? Frank's here.
Frank Caliendo, one of the greats.
People are going to think I'm a jerk because, no, I'm joking.
Is in the studio with us. And, Frank is going to be. You know what I want to do here, because Frank was on the Windy City Live with us this morning, and
so much fun,
and it was great. It was great fun. He actually went into the audience, and I think he tongue kissed a lady, and moving her dentures around. It was really weird what I saw there, but
she was just sitting there, and she looked so innocent and so like that. And I was kind of dancing. I was gonna get her to dance too, but then I thought all I could think of was lawyers, and you don't want to grab somebody, especially you don't know. Maybe she couldn't walk or something like that. I didn't want to, and I don't mean it in a mean way at all. I'm just thinking, if I pick her up and she falls, it's over for me, and she owns my house.
The adult Make-A-Wish winner assaulted by Frank in the stands. That's not good. All I want to do is sit quietly and watch a television show.
Well, let me get to your plug-in first, because Tony, who always scares me, is with the Improv, Chicago Improv. Which is, of course, in Schaumburg.
Of course, yeah. Chicago area. Everybody knows where it's at. It's in the Woodfield Mall there.
Yes, it's in the Woodfield Mall. That's right? It's the Chicago Improv in Schaumburg. It's confusing, but that's what it is. Go to chicago.improv.com. All the details are there. You've got the 10:15 show?
10:15 tonight is the only one left. Everything else sold out.
Okay.
So that's it.
One show. I really didn't even have to be here. I'm here.
Wow, I was going to say.
Because
that's all we did. Thank you for stopping by, Frank. Good seeing you. We got those last 7 tickets sold.
That's what Frank knows.
The Gunderson family of nearby Arlington Heights called. We want to go see Frank. All right, thank you.
He gets a text message, and then all of a sudden he's just like, all right, Frank. All right, now, here's the thing. I'm going to be a little sad because, we're heading into football season here, and you are one of my favorite characters of football season. You're not returning to Fox this year. You got some other projects that you're going to be going on to that we cannot yet discuss. But I think sports fans especially are. Frank Caliendo is not leaving your life, which is really, really, really.
That's all you can tell us right now. It's one of those.
I don't know what else you want to tell us.
Just working on some things and see what happens. It's there's stuff in the works, and I'm having fun. It's trying to do something a little different than what I did at Fox. But I think I want to do some stuff with fans and stuff like that, and have things that aren't exactly me. Because whenever I was doing the Fox stuff, it was always, look at me, look who I'm pretending to be. So even if I do some of that,
yes, that's how it works, Frank.
Else, but with something, it's always just me.
Sure,
so I'd like it to be something with me, doing some stuff with some other people, and I think that would be a lot of fun. I just watch you hit your nose with the microphone.
Don't worry about it.
That's fantastic.
Hilarious.
But it is. Because the Fox thing was like a decade-long run, and it was
9 years.
a great run, and you did amazing work. But for you creatively, it's probably fun to shift gears a little bit.
Absolutely, and that was when you look at it and you go, you're in year 5, and then you get to year 6 and year 7, you're only doing one different thing a year. Remember, we were on at the biggest audience time leading into the game. So when I did the bit, and then we went to the picks. So we always tried to hit a home run. I thought like 1 out of 5 would be really good, and then there'd be 2 that were pretty good, and then you'd have 2 like, we just made it through. I don't know how. But every once in a while, somebody would be like, that was your best one of the year. I'd be like, really? I must really suck at this.
Or they just started drinking earlier at the tailgate when they had you on the little portable TV on the van.
And it's so funny when I'll go to a game and I'm walking through it, I'll be like, Frank, where's your wig? Come on, do some Madden. There you go, boom. But I've been working on some different people. That's the thing.
What do we got new?
I've been working on, I forget all the people. No, Herm Edwards is one of the guys I really love. He's an ESPN guy.
Sure, yeah.
He's fun to watch, was an NFL coach. You see these people that have, crazy people have like multiple voices in their head and they argue. I believe that Herm Edwards has multiple voices in his head, like 3 or 4, and they all agree with each other. So they'll ask him a question. What do you think of Tim Tebow? Ooh, Tim Tebow, good football player. Good football player. Tim Tebow, pretty good football player. Not a quarterback. Oh, no, not a quarterback. Definitely not a quarterback. No, not a quarterback. Look at my socks. I watched.
He does. He's very intense.
Yeah,
that Herm Edwards.
It's funny. I was watching PTI with Michael Wilbon. And I'm working on a Tony Kornheiser too. But Wilbon, he's the only guy in the NBA coverage. He's the only guy that calls Magic Johnson Irvin. You know, everybody's like, "Hey, Magic, what do you think? What do you think, Magic?" He's like, "Irvin, what do you think about that?" And his face scrunches up. It's like he's a little Apple person or something like that.
Apple.
Yeah, somebody called me one of those once, so I'm
like that.
So now you're going to get even
now
with the
I'm gonna
world.
Use it. Yeah. Do you know when they carve the face in the apple and the face shrivels up a little bit? That's what when he's mad, he's like, "Come on, Tony, you're being crazy right now." Then I was watching. You know, you watch some of the shows, and I watched like the beginning of the NFL countdown show on ESPN. And it's like the guys are messing with Chris Berman because it's the beginning of the show. It's a 3-hour pregame show, and they're like,
Ditka's already drunk.
Well,
so
you know,
right.
and Berman's there like, okay, Cece, what do you got for us? Hey, Boom. Okay, how about you? Keyshawn Johnson, what do you got? Hey, Boom. Coach, what do you got for me? You got a tackle. That's it. Just get out there and tackle.
I always enjoy the TV guys who keep chewing the gum. Yeah,
He
doesn't care.
He doesn't care at all.
Right.
Does he?
No.
Right. That is why Ditka.
But it's so early in the show that he's on his first piece of gum at that point.
Right. Third cocktail, first piece of gum. The thing, I kid. Well, the man sells that he's got the kick-ass wine. He's got everything. You know,
I met him yesterday. I tweeted it out yesterday, and there were tons of people. I was like, this guy is helping me work on my Ditka impression.
Oh, he's,
awesome.
Here's the funny thing about him is you encounter him. He is exactly as advertised. He does not give a rat's keister about anything that's happening around him. It's just what he's on the move to his next thing, and it's generally shooting a commercial. He is going from playing golf to putting his and everything he has. Anything he drinks, eats, sees, smokes, touches has his name on it.
Yeah, it's
the pats of butter in the restaurant actually have like the Ditka logo with the mustache.
You know what? If I had a logo, I'd put him on my butter too.
Right. And he's one of those guys you hear about a lot of these celebrities like, oh, they never come to the restaurant. He's there all the time. He'll get kicked out of his own restaurant. You're walking in. What do you say, gang? Let's have dinner. Right. All of a sudden, you're sitting with the coach.
I met his wife last night, and she was awesome.
She's awesome.
She was shushing people and stuff like that, and she made me sit with her, which was great because it was just so much fun just to talk and hear some of the stories and stuff like that.
Oh, and then and she'll tell it like it's not like
absolutely.
There's a lot of coaches' wives or actors' wives or famous guys' wives who they keep up the pretense that their husbands are saints. Not her.
No.
Let me tell you something about what this guy did. Hey, pay attention to me over here.
She was great. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot because I am working on trying to get that impression of him. And I got the look. Killer. It's the voice that I'm working on at this point.
He's got a it's a unique thing, but he also has the same. He starts the sentence with the exact same words every time, no matter what it is. Hey, gang, or it's people. What is it? The other? I always do the people. It's like folks, gang. Yeah. When he goes to the bank.
In life, he does a lot of in life. He'll say like, "Well, in life," and then he goes into like,
he doesn't finish the sentence.
No.
He'll be talking about the NFL and he'll only get the NF out. You ever notice that? And that's why you're like, what? How did you get to that? You didn't finish it. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, and he's moving things. It's like he's doing like he's getting in ready to wrestle or something like that. It's a lot of fun.
Frank Caliendo is going to be at the Improv in Schaumburg this whole weekend, but tonight the only tickets we got left, although I think the Gundersons grabbed them, 10:15 tonight in Schaumburg. But hold on, Christina's got 45 seconds in heaven. All right, Frank Caliendo is with us.
I want to ask Frank, because I made a point I never thought about until you mentioned Herm Edwards, that a lot of these people, whether it's a TV analyst or actors, they do have like the multiple voices. Yeah. Like most of us just have a voice we speak in.
Right.
But like Adam Sandler's the classic example. I mean, he's got like a couple of different voices.
How you doing? How's everything going? What's your problem? Laugh here. I'm yelling for no apparent reason. That stuff used to kill me on Saturday Night Live. When he would do that, they were doing the bye-bye sketch. You remember that one, bye-bye? And then she would go, Helen Hunt goes, bye-bye, and he goes, what's your problem? Just out of nowhere.
He always was like he was like a kid in his room, and he was just doing those voices.
Yeah.
And Pacino, of course, Al Pacino's the same way.
That's the way. You just go like this, and then you get crazy. Cosby's a guy that he says something at the beginning of the sentence and the end, and in the middle, there's just not
Jazz.
what's going on.
There's jazz that goes on in the middle.
When the children went to sing it, and then you find them. That stuff cracks me up. I watch Trump. I've been watching Trump more and more. When I met Trump, I was so. Because on TV, he just comes across to me like crazy, right? When I meet him, he's self-deprecating. He's nice.
How could this be?
It's a TV character half the time when he's doing it, because I met him and he's like, Frank, you look fantastic. And I'm like, I look like you right now. I'm in the makeup and stuff. He goes, that's what I'm talking about.
And you're like, oh, he's right. You know?
Yeah, and he's the only straight guy who can say luxurious and it works, right? That's luxurious. You never hear
That's true.
luxurious. That works, but you can't go to your mechanic and be like, how's the car? This is one luxurious automobile right there. But it works. That's luxurious. It's amazing, fantastic, and completely luxurious. Here's another one with the voice, like Stephen A. Smith will get that way. Analyst on ESPN. He does that thing where he's like, when I met him, he's like, Mr. Caliendo, how are you? I watched you do your impersonations and impressions, but let me tell you something. Don't ever do me. Where did it go? And it's like, he's got what I call the Stephen A. Smithsaurus, where he's got words that I'm not sure if they fit in there or what. But he'll be like, I am completely and geometrically opposed to everything you just said. What does geometry have to do with what? I am trigonometrically speaking, trying to algebraically put it together. That the Chicago Bulls will take the league by storm once again. Derrick Rose will be back, and then Kobe will be shut down completely. Luxurious. It really is luxurious. But you watch it. It's the words. It's the things you know. Yeah. When I watch, we were talking about it off the air a little bit with Ditka. He doesn't say tackle. He says tackle. It's like, not tackle. You know, actually, you got tackle. What? And it's not. It's kind of Chicago, but it's kind of not.
Well, there's a little
Pittsburgh.
There's in there.
And there's a lot of
It's a mud of linguistics, isn't it?
Yes, but it's also it's also a not caring. It's about halfway through the word.
Yeah.
He loses interest in
the actual word.
It's a wide receiver running a route.
Yes.
And he jukes you with his own sentence. He gets juked out of his own sentence. Oh, I missed that one. You know, what the heck just happened?
I don't know, but he is the best. He is the most entertaining guy.
He glows. You sit there and you talk to me like, and it's like,
that might be a chemical thing because he's actually a different color. He's orange red. You know, you see him on TV and you go, well, there's something wrong with the makeup. No. He's glowing. You know, he must have grown up next to a reactor. It's the only thing I can think.
It's possible. I mean, when I met him, I was like, that happens to me a lot. I don't get speechless, but I do look at people. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool to be around somebody this fit. But you start thinking, that was almost Ditka right there. I was like, it wasn't the voice, but it was I didn't get the word out.
Well, you did a couple of years ago. I mean, you came in here and told the story already, but I think the coolest thing ever that has ever happened to Frank Caliendo, and I will speak to him just as his friend, not in your own head. What was when Madden? You had to finally confront Madden because
Madden. He was at the Super Bowl. He was at the Four Seasons. It's not important to the story. I want you to know where I stay. And so he was standing there, and I start walking up to him, and I'm getting closer to him, but he's moving away. He doesn't see me, but it's like we're two magnets of the same polarity, north and north, and it's just not supposed to happen. Finally, I get close to him. He's talking to these kids. I don't want to bug him, but Jimmy Johnson, football coach, not the race car driver, standing next to him. I'm like, Jimmy, can you believe I'm this close to John Madden? He's like, what? Yeah, met him. Taps Madden on the shoulder. Man turns. What is it, Jimmy? Oh. And the look on his face was like when Shaggy and Scooby see the bad guy pop out of the barrel. Like, zoinks, like, hey, Scoob. Like, let's get out of here. Retro. This is worse than the time we met Michael Vick.
Stay right here. We're back with Frank Caliendo after this.
89. WLS. Yes.
You know, Frank Caliendo is going to be at the Chicago Improv, which is in Schaumburg. Somehow this has been misnamed. And there are a few tickets left for the 10:15 show tonight. He's there all weekend, but that's all they've got left. Chicago.improv.com. And you can go to the website and see what's coming up as well. Morgan Freeman is here with Frank to help him.
Yes. I guess we're going to figure out what's coming up next. What's Frank going to do? Well, you know what? I've decided to talk a little bit about the internet. You know what the internet needs? More angry people. There just aren't enough angry people on the internet. Like the guy who replied to Richard Roper, saying that Frank has a terrible failing career.
Well, Morgan, do you think that Frank has a terrible failing career?
I do. To be honest with you, I think it was over quite a while ago. I'm agreeing with the man.
When he and Andy Dufresne tried to run off to Mexico together?
Crawled through some of the filthiest slop. I'm angry too, though. Have you seen me on television lately?
Yes, you are very angry.
My hand hanging down, shooting around it for Batman. Well, everything's going to be all right. It's all going to be fine.
I just love when people get. Why do people? That's the thing that makes me laugh about. And then what I do now is I just agree with them. I just say, you know what? You're right.
Thumbs up.
Nothing happening here. I've been on TV the last 2 days, and it's just. But it's the imagination.
Well,
you aren't really there.
And I try. You have to just ignore it. But every once in a while, I will respond. And I'll say, well, I hope one day to be an anonymous, angry person who wakes up and posts a lot of things on Twitter about people he's never met. But I haven't gotten to that level yet. What are your secrets?
Here's the side of it that I do get, though, because when I met Tom Green originally, before I met him, I never got him on that MTV show. I'd watch it and go, how is this guy on television? What a crazy jerk. And then I met him because I went in for his movie that Harlan Williams eventually got the part. I don't even know if I could say the name of the movie. Starts with Freddie there, my friend.
Yeah.
But
there was a finger somewhere in there.
Yeah, Tom Green, because you see him on TV, he's like, I like to upset my parents. I do crazy things. I'm wild. Sometimes I'll go nuts. Sometimes I'll hang out with Drew Barrymore. Not any longer. That hurts. But then I met him, and I'm like, oh, you're not always like that. I get it now.
Frank Caliendo at the Chicago Improv. We'll explain why it's a Chicago Improv in Schaumburg tonight at 8 o'clock, 10:15, 7 tomorrow, and 9:15 tomorrow night. But the only tickets left are 10:15. I don't know why I told you about all that. I just teased
you had
people.
a lot in front of you, and you just read it.
I read it because Tony will kill me if I don't do it right.